Welcome back to the WDS Originals YouTube channel. My name's Jason and this is the BMW Clubsport that we thought we could save. And those of you who watched last week's episode will know that we got this car running after it had been stood for 7 years. Success! Now, although we got this thing running, unfortunately it was misfiring. So we did quite a bit of diagnosis, stuck a smoke machine on it and found that we had an air leak, and changed the relevant intake boot. This unfortunately still didn't fix the problem, so we started looking at the spark plugs and also the coil packs. So it's most likely not going to be the coil pack. Let's have a little look at the plug, shall we? And that was when we established spark plug number 6 looked like this. And that probably doesn't help. There is no gap in the plug. I think this engine's for the bin. This is number 1. That is somewhat what we'd expect, but that has no gap and looks battered, as if it's been touching the piston or something has been bouncing around in there and caused some damage. So in today's video, we're going to get to the bottom of exactly what's going on by doing a compression test and finding out whether this engine is toast, and also using a borescope to look inside that engine. So without further ado, let's find out whether I bought a lemon or whether this is savable. So I've just spent a couple of minutes setting this up so that you can see, and we've got the screen here and the camera in my hand. So the one we're interested in is cylinder 6, and we've got the little torch displayed on the end. You can see the tripod on the screen. And then we're gonna just put this inside of cylinder 6. Now, I haven't actually seen this yet myself, so let's just get that in there. And here we go. Oofed. Can you see that big chunk at the top of the piston? It's not awful, but it's certainly not great. So the top of the piston is not mullered, but it's certainly not in a good condition. It looks like it's got quite a few dent holes and bits there. Now let's have a little look at the sidewall by changing the camera to the side angle. That is the valves that we're looking at just there. The seats don't look too bad. Let's have a little look at the cylinder wall. Oh my God. So what we're looking at here is the block, and the block itself has got loads of like fragmented dents. Right, that is not ideal. So, in other words, something has definitely been bouncing around inside there. That cylinder wall is awful. And go back to the top of the piston. And you can see it's got a massive chunk out the top. Now for contrast, I'm just going to show you what piston number 1 looks like, because I can see that one a lot easier. Look at that, that's so much cleaner. And then if we look at the sidewall of this one, valves are currently shut, but can you see there's no pitting like the last one? I'm gonna say that's toast. I don't think there's any saving that personally. Now I think we all know that this engine is most likely going to end up in the bin, but for the sake of doing so, we're going to do a compression test. Now we're not going to compression test everything, we're just going to compression test cylinder 6 and also take a reference from, say, cylinder 1. So let's start with cylinder 1 to give us what this compression should be. So that's now all connected. Let's get rid of that. And let's leave that there so you guys can see it. $150. So cylinder 1 is about what we'd expect. And I have a sneaky suspicion that this is going to have a substantial amount less compression. No, I don't think it'll be 0. I reckon it'll probably be about, somewhere around 50 if we're lucky, 75. Let's have a little look, shall we? So let's hover that again. And now we're in number 6. Circa 80-90 psi. Not ideal. So cylinder 6 is dead. It is down on compression. So the answer to the original question, did I buy a lemon? Yes, I did. You win some and you lose some. And that one I definitely lost. Now it's all well and good knowing that I bought a lemon, but what we now need to do is understand why this engine's died. 1, for my own future reference, so that I understand what happened, but 2, also to educate you guys. Now, given the damage, we know that something's been bouncing around inside this cylinder and damaging the walls and also the piston and potentially the valves. So realistically, there's only a few things that could be. Now we know it's definitely not the spark plug, so we know that the end of the spark plug hasn't snapped off and fallen in. So it's most likely going to be something from inside the inlet manifold or something when someone was working on the car. Now a good friend of mine, Danny, told me on the phone earlier that it's quite common that these diesel valves can break up and get sucked into the engine. From what I understand, this is effectively a flap that pivots on a brass pin. Now that brass pin can sometimes fall out and obviously then get sucked into the engine. So what we're going to do is take this diesel valve off, which is simply unplug this plug and undo 2 bolts and have a little look. So let's get going. Moment of truth. One diesel valve, and fair play to Danny, he was correct. There is no pin through the middle of that, so that should have a brass pin that this rotates on, and that is definitely missing. That is what's killed my car. Now, despite my misfortune, there's one thing you guys can do at home to support the channel, and that is hit the subscribe button. Now that I know that you're all subscribed, I can let you in on a little secret. I was going to be raffling this car, but with everything that's gone on, it's not looking too likely. We've got a few different options. We could put another 330 engine back in this and potentially do a manual swap at the same time, given that some of you may have noticed this car's an auto. Or alternatively, we could do a crazy build like a B58 with a ZF AHP. But at this exact moment in time, I'm not 100% sure what route to go down. And this is where you guys come in, as I'd like your opinions down in the comments section. So if you can let us know what you would do if you were me, and if you own this car, what exactly would you do next? For now, I don't really have much else to say, so I just want to thank you all for watching and making it this far in the video, and of course, continuing to support the journey. For now, I'll leave it at that.